It's with my honor that I met Chief Steve McCullough, and we met at his Sundance, and he is going to welcome us from his tradition, which is Lakota, and he lives in Indiana. Because of the Trail of Tears, we didn't have any residing chiefs here in Tennessee that I knew of. He was our closest one, and I'm so grateful to him for that. He's done a lot of work. He worked in the Native American movement when it first was just beginning, and did a lot of work to help with burial sites that needed to be saved. Much work. And then his work has gone to Sundance that he's done for 23 years in Indiana, but he travels all over the world teaching people how to connect to the Creator and how to say prayers and to be connected. And that's what he's going to be teaching us, how to connect within ourselves to Creator Source Energy, right? So I am grateful. Please help me welcome Chief Steve.
Good morning, everyone. It's such a beautiful feeling to be here today, and you're welcome to sit down if you like. It's fine. Say good morning to each and every one of you. Say good morning to the White Buffalo Calf Maiden who brought us this sacred way of life. Good morning to all the spiritual ancestors, the ancestors of this region. We welcome you into our lives, into our hearts, to come and sing with us, to dance with us, participate in the food with us, be part of this committee, that your hearts will sing for a long time, and to bring that connectedness within your soul and your mind. And I will try to keep it very short, have a few moments here. The Star Knowledge Conference, there's so many galaxies out there, there's so much out there, planets and stars and beings, and they go on for endless. Nobody's, even with the farthest scope, nobody's ever seen but a piece of them. Today I'm here. All I have of that is a little stone from all the galaxies. They call it a meteorite stone. Come to me many years ago. This is what I carry with me from time to time. And so of all the Milky Ways, this is all I have. But today I will share with you what I do have, to bring comfort to your heart, to believe in yourself, to believe in your dreams. Don't let nobody ever stand before you and the Creator. Walk your path, be in your truth. So many stories I'd love to share, perhaps in time in the next few days, but being with the Star Knowledge, a few years ago, I can't remember how many years ago, it's been a number of years ago, I went on a vision quest in South Dakota on the Rosebud Reservation. Medicine man put me up on a burial ground, and I won't go into all the details. during that time, I had a lot of experiences, but I heard a story one time about what somebody did, so I thought I would just try it. Silly, but anyway. Early in the morning, there was a morning star, I believe, coming up in the morning, and I was just thinking about what to pray about. So I just remember just holding the chanupa up toward the star, surrendered myself. Have anything to share with me? Beautiful, but at least thank you and share our love and compassion. Looking at that star for for a few minutes, there was like a beam of light to come out of that star, and I'm looking at it, batting my eyes, and my seeing thing, it was like a spotlight, but only it was coming out of the stars, and it shone, I don't know, maybe 100, 150 feet away there was a plant, a medicine plant. I didn't know what it was, but it was pulsating that plant like a strobe light similar, but only dimly. And I thought, my goodness, this is probably a plant that could probably help me in the work I do, perhaps a connection to the star world. And so as daylight come, it was hard to make that plant out because of all the others out there. And oh my goodness, how am I going to find that? So I prayed, and when those mysterious things happened, right there was a small avalanche, like a huge mudslide, took down half of that hill, and I'm looking at it, and I thought, oh my goodness, I've never seen anything like that. Trees rolling down and a big bank up there like 20 feet high. So later on, when I was given permission, I walked over there, and the very plant that I had seen was at the very top, and the root was about 12 feet long, all the way down to the ground. So basically they brought that plant to me. And so that's the plant that I use for different things. And so many stories, but I'm trying to keep it very short. I know we're on a limited time, but I believe in these ways. With everything I have dear to me, this path has taken me so many places around the world. And I always give honor to the ancestors, to the lands where I go, because it was a sacred pipe. I don't intrude. Hopefully I'm welcomed by the ancestors there and ask permission. And it's been very beautiful. It's been very beautiful because different parts around the world, there's so many different cultures and ways. And to me, it's like the sunshine, the rain that comes down here in Tennessee. Is basically the same sun and the same rain that touches down to Ecuador, Colombia, Asia, China, Africa. But however, that spirit of that sun and that water brings life in that region, what's indigenous to that area. And we have many creation stories throughout the world. I've listened to many elders speak about the creation stories, and I marvel at them. And I'm incredible. But I believe in the beginning of time, regardless of how it happened, there was many creation stories that took place around the world, different cultures, different tribes. And the Creator gave each one an individual way to pray what was indigenous to that land and that homeland. And because the plants here in Tennessee may be a little different in South Dakota or Indiana, every region changes. And I don't want to get so much into that right now. But by bringing the sacred pipe or bringing these rituals and ceremonies to these lands, I offer a blessing to the people, offer a blessing to the old ways, the things that can come back and nourish the people today. It's taken me to many places around the world, and I look back a few months, a few weeks, a year or so later, and I see what happens whenever you place a blessing into a certain area. And so said I would keep it short. I can go on for a while. I'd like to, had an experience about it, I got it wrote down somewhere, a year or two ago perhaps. I was asleep one night and I had a dream, and some people say, you can't dream like that, that's impossible. But I say, believe in your dreams. It's something that's part of you. But anyway, I had a dream. I was sitting in a house and God was sitting in the house with me. I thought, wow, what an experience that would be, but he's sitting there. And so I had to put my glasses on to read it. I wrote it, but I wrote a thank you letter. When I woke up, I got a pencil and paper, and I wrote a thank you letter to the Creator to give thanks for... Now I got my medicine on. To give thanks for what he shared with me, and to give thanks. And the title of the letter, we go by different names. Some people, I called a thank you letter to God, but the Creator, Wakantaka, the Master of Life. But in the words, I usually use the word God. Said, I want to thank you, God. Creator God, I had a dream where I was in a house. Sitting by my side was the Creator. He was wondering about people, life, and asked me how I was doing and how we thought about everything he had created, like the trees, the water, the creatures, the rainbows, galaxies, stars, and so on. And what did we do with all of that? He didn't talk about religions or spirituality. He wanted to know how much we enjoyed things in life and the beauty of them. What did people become, and what did we do with our skills, with our minds? At the end of the conversation, a part of his body become the grass, another part become the water, a flower, the air, and part of earth, and so on, until he became a part of absolute everything. When I woke up later, I wrote him a letter, and this is the letter I wrote to the Creator. Said, God, I marvel at all your creations. Every time I see a bird in flight, I think of you. I see many of your mountains, the moon, the sun, the galaxies, and cosmos as we look up into the sky. How your water touches the earth along with the light of your sun, and with the air creates life and creates new life. And even after thousands of years of humans inhabiting our planet, we are still finding things and find it hard to understand how great you are, how incredible your thoughts are. And regardless of who or what powers or forces helped with this masterful creation, we stand in awe at all your spiritual helpers, their nature and elements, past and present spiritual forces and beings. There are trillions of examples of your work. It would take 1 million people like Albert Einstein to really fully understand just one of them. And then you created us, the human beings. And unlike the others, we can travel all over this beautiful world, can see your works of creation, and can feel you within all things. And we are never able to comprehend how and why you did it, but it touches the very depth of our soul and our imaginations. I want to thank you, God, for the intelligence and knowledge you gave us humans. Like how much of your beautiful world could I have seen if I had just had to walk or swim in order to travel? And even now, with all of our modern ways of traveling, along with the ability of surfing the internet, and still can't see or understand everything you created in one time, one's lifetime. And then we look up into space. Wow. Creator, I really don't know if anyone has really taken the time to really thank you for all the things you have done and helped create within our solar galaxies and beyond, and also within. So today we are standing here feeling and sensing your presence and beautiful powers enter into our hearts, our bodies, our minds, souls and spirits. So let us be your physical bodies to continue your plans and your work without hurting or condensating someone else because of their race or their spiritual beliefs. Because you are a part of us and we are a part of you. We are all related. Mitaku Yasi. Thank you.
Oh, what a magnificent prayer. This man truly does walk his talk. How many countries, have you ever counted how many countries you've been to? 40 countries. Man, that makes me feel like a slacker. I've only been to about 20. Bless you. Isn't he wonderful? Stand, please, and give him a great greeting.